Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend is going great. We're going to do what we always do, which is go over the market, tell you what I think is going to happen this week, and give you my swing ideas for tomorrow. Before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss in this video is for educational purposes only. If you're new to our channel and haven't downloaded my ebook, link for that is in the description. Also, please be sure to hit the like button if you find benefit in today's video. And if you have any questions, reach out by emailing customer service info@t3live.com. All right, here we go. The market. What did I say last week? I said almost word for word, if we break, I think it was 509, basically 5 days ago. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago. So this bar's low. If we break, 509, then we should be lower because that constitutes follow through. And you could see it doesn't take like a genius to see that the market was rolling over. That's the daily chart of the S&P 500, or the SPY, which is the tracking ETF for the S&P 500. So, you know, it didn't take a genius to figure out that the market was going to roll over. So once this bar's low got taken out and we closed below it, just as, you know, as discussed in last week's video, we were lower. We dropped really hard, especially the Qs dropped really hard. This is the NASDAQ basically. And so the question here is, what do we do? What's next? What do we do here? Okay, so two things. First, we said the idea, you know, what I've been saying the last couple weeks is ever since that we got that wide range bar, you know, that was the first time I thought maybe we're topping. So the idea is, you know, and this is what I've been saying is, let's see how the market reacts to the 20 MA on the weekly chart once it gets there. It got there already. Based on the reaction, we should know whether we're higher or lower still. Now, if we pop a little bit, as we should, we normally react to the 20 like we did here, right? Last time we pulled back to the 20. This is the weekly chart, right? If we pop a little bit, even if just a little bit for like 1 week, right? One little green bar, and we proceed to break under it, then we're lower. Then you know we're lower. Where to? Well, you look for the next support area, which usually happens to coincide with what? With the rising 20 on the next larger time frame. So that would be probably the next support area, the top of that range and the bottom of the range. Those are the next two support areas. So about 480 to 460. If we switch to the monthly, you will see that the 20 it's still at 430, 440. But by the time price gets down there, if it does get down there, you know, I'm thinking, you know, that will be the target on the SPY. Maybe 460 more, you know, the top of it is that's 460. I thought it was 480 for a minute. So about 460 on the SPY. On the Qs, the top, okay, 387 is the top. So, you know, this would be the first support area. What was resistance in an uptrend becomes support on a pullback. So this is what we call, what is known as minor support, right? So this becomes support. Now we can dip below it. It's not a brick wall. It's more of a fence, right? And so, you know, I would say if we attempt to move up on the weekly and proceed to fail on the weekly, then the next target area will be the minor support on the monthly and or the rising 20 on the monthly. But that's, you know, not for a while, okay? Now, why did I say last week and this week again that I think we will end up breaking, we will end up failing on the attempt to go higher? Because we had a 6-month rally already, right? Now it could have gone on to another 6 months. Who knows? You know, you don't know until you break down. We broke down, but we had a 6-month rally. Do you really think the market is gonna bottom after just 1 week of dropping, like one big red bar and that's it? I don't think so. We had a similar thing happen back here where we had a 6-month rally or so. I haven't really done the math, but it looks about the same, right? And then the buy setup ended up failing. And where did we bottom at? We bottomed right here, right at the rising 20 on the monthly chart, right here. We didn't even reach the 20 actually. Let's take a look at the SPY. The SPY did reach the 20. So weekly, right? The buy setup failed and right to the 20 and the minor support, the top of those pivots. So I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen this time also. We're gonna attempt to move up and then probably fail and continue down to the 20 on the monthly chart, to the 20 period moving average, which is the blue line. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Now, that's longer term, you know, that's longer term. Shorter term, the Qs, especially the Qs, is a bit climactic. So if we get a gap down tomorrow, Monday, or we get a sell-off, right? If we get a gap down and a sell-off at the open, that's even better. Then I would expect some kind of a short-term reversal, okay? Especially if the semis bottom, because the semis are climactic, like ARM, NVDA, SMCI, they're down a lot. So another big drop tomorrow morning, and we should have some kind of a short-term bottom. But we need to have one big drop. In the video description, I dropped a list of the climactic watches. So I have like a dozen or so symbols that I'm watching long that are down a lot. It's not just the semis, obviously. But, you know, take a look. I also, in the video description, I obviously dropped the watch list, which we're going to review, but also, oil, I guess, is bullish. I don't know if I put in oil, because there are some oil stocks that are triggering buy setups on the daily chart. But I also put in gold. There's a few gold stocks that look pretty good higher, like AGI. I don't know. I mean, you can look at the list in the description. AGI, AU. Let's see what else. Is the FSM any good? FSM is good. SSL triggered on Friday, but it's not SSL. SSL is oil. It's SSM, I think. SSG. No, hold on just a second. I have to look at my platform or my account, because I got it on Friday and it's one of my favorite. It is SSRM. Sorry about that. It's SSRM. I guess I didn't put it in the video description. So there's a few oil stocks, gold, oil, cannabis, that look good in addition to climactics. I put all of that in the video description if you want to check it out, okay? So gold, oil, cannabis, and what else? Gold, oil, cannabis, and climactic watches. Now let's take a look at the watch list that we have for tomorrow. I played the ADMA twice, and I added to the position, so it was like here, stop right here, almost got stopped out on the shakeout. It didn't, trailed half, maybe trailed. I don't remember where my exits were exactly, but it's trying to go back up. Now this time the pullback was pretty deep, so it's not as easy, but like it higher over 630, stop under 590 on the ADM, okay, daily buy setup. AGR is extremely bullish. I wish I was aware of it on Friday, because then I would have played it long already, but I found it this weekend, and it's not too late. I don't think it's too late, but this looks higher. AGR can try right here long, stop under the base. BMI is a 123, maybe needs another day or two, but like it higher ultimately over 181, stop under 174.80. The CATX doesn't have an exact setup. It's a pullback, but I mean, this trend is incredible. This is the kind of trend that you want to be in. I mean, so bullish. You can actually try it over 150. I would put the stop under this bar's low, which would be 129. Only only a 23 cent stop. DT, I played it on this day, and I didn't like the way it closed, and I didn't keep it, unfortunately. Made some money on it that was Thursday. No, that was Wednesday. And it sold off pretty hard into the close, so I sold it, and it popped really hard on Thursday and Friday. I still like it higher over Friday's high, stop under Friday is low, and target about $50 on the DJT. Okay, ETHE is looking good. Actually, crypto, this is what I have over here on the side, is looking good. So we have a weekly pullback on crypto, and I'm just hoping that Bitcoin comes in a little bit and then fails on the sell setup. So basically Bitcoin looks like this on the weekly is a buy setup, and on the daily it's coming in, right? So I'm hoping to get a sell setup failure, meaning go above the pivot, and it should be higher. So ETHE triggered on Friday. I called it out in the room on Friday on that hourly breakout. You see it? So it's already triggered, but not too late on ETHE. It's an OTC stock, so I don't love that part about it. But you can watch also BITO. Again, I'm hoping we come in a little bit, trigger. You see how we have lower highs, lower lows. I'm hoping we come in and then go back up to fail on the sell setup and trigger the weekly buy setup. So I'm actually hoping Bitcoin comes in and goes back up to play it as a weekly buy setup. On this is BITO, but you know, I'm talking about Bitcoin. It's the same. The same with Solana, the same with Ethereum, except Solana and maybe even Ethereum right now, but Solana is more bullish than Bitcoin. GES looks beautiful, a gap down. This was an ex-dividend gap, so not a real gap. Basing at the top here on the hourly chart, so base breakout, long over the base, stop under it, and target about 27.25, the gap fill basically. So nice little play on the GES. Watch some of the China stocks. I'm surprised they're showing some bullishness. I got trailed out of the yen. I did not like that trail, but I raised my stop to this pivot, 18 wasn't it? Yeah, 17.90, and I got trailed out, and it's bouncing back up. So the GOTU has a weekly buy setup. So you see the pullback. So I like it higher. Keep an eye on the GOTU. Keep an eye. The TME is already in open position, but this one is pretty good also. I like the YMM, is already in open position. I like, what else do I like? So GOTU, I like the TAL. It's the same as the GOTU, but it's a little bit weaker. It's a weekly buy setup, a little bit weaker. And EDU is another China stock that is weaker than the GOTU. The GOTU, the EDU, and the TL are education stocks. So that's why I would watch them together. But the GOTU right now looks the best. I like Grab. I did not drop a list of the banks that are really bullish in the video description like I did with Cannabis and some of the other sectors. But banks are pretty bullish. You can watch Schwab for a breakout. Wells Fargo already broke out. I was watching Wells Fargo, but it already broke out. But yeah, the banks are really bullish. AXP had reported earnings on Friday, I guess, and boom. So now watch it for 1, 2, 3. So the banks are really bullish. Grab, I think, is in banking. And what I like about it is the longer term chart, the monthly. Look at that beauty. So I'm looking to play it over 46 or over 45 maybe. Over 43, but you know, at 46 for me. And then stop. Honestly, the tight stop can be put just under this bar's low. But since I like it longer term, my stop is going to go under the pivot. Okay, as a long-term trade. The HITI is a daily buy setup. Long over this bar's high, 231. Stop under 211 is a daily buy setup. The MT is honestly really beautiful on the hourly chart. Reminds me of the GES. Nice hourly base breakout, but I don't know about the reward to risk. The reward to risk is a little bit low on the MT. It's also an ADR that gaps a lot, so that's what I don't like about it. The OCUL, I put it on the list just to remind myself to tell you about the Climactic watches that I put in the video description. This is one of them, but yeah, there's a bunch of them that look pretty good for a bounce back up. Okay, look at the OCUL also. The weekly, I guess, is damaged. The monthly is right at the rising 20. It is still damaged, but just for a bounce. I'm not saying, you know, buy it and hold it forever. For just a quick bounce, maybe it's $7. The SFM and a lot of the food and beverage stocks are incredibly bullish. So SFM is the most bullish. Like it higher over the highs, stop just right here. SFM all-time high. Look at Tyson also. Really bullish as well. But I like the SFM more. Those are some of the, I have one more. VTSI, beautiful. But the pullback on the hourly chart is a little bit deep, so I'm not going to put an order for it, but I'm going to watch it. Hopefully pops bases or comes in, and then I'll do the base breakout if so. Okay, but not doing it on the first entry, but beautiful gap a couple weeks ago. pulled back to the 20, and then it gapped up again. So those are kind of the ones that I like the most for tomorrow. Some shorts, not a lot, especially because I don't like the timing with the market to be initiating new short positions. But the AUR is a 1, 2, 3 plus a weekly sell setup, I think. Sort of, yeah, it is a weekly sell setup, but just the 20 is pointing up. So short under 275 by 286, 11 cents. LAC could go either way, meaning if it pops above the base, could be a long. If it drops below the base, could be a short. But I like it more as a short under 464, stop over 490. Target the prior lows right here, around $4. The Mobileye looks nice, is a weekly sell setup under $30 with the tight stop over 31.23. Target 1 would be the support area, target 2 would be the bottom of this bar. Here's the weekly chart. So this is pretty nice actually, the Mobileye. And then the VYX, or is it VYX? No, it's VYX, is a daily base breakdown. This looks really pretty under the base, short, stop above it, and then maybe target 1 right here. Okay, depending on the market, could hold more or you know, or consider that to be the target. There's a few more bearish items in the, I think I put them in the video description. Yes, I did. There's like several more. For example, Rivian, you know, also looks slower. Skill looks slower, but it's very, very thin. Looks really good short. Oh, I thought it was Skill. It's SKIL with 1 L. Looks really good short, but it's very thin, so I don't want to talk about it in this video. Saber is a weekly sell setup. So there's a few more if you want to check them out, but I don't like the timing to start a short position. Also watch Tesla is down a lot, but still doesn't look ready because we don't have wide range bars, right? I did try it, got out of it, and did try it again over here. I was up $16,000. I ended up making like 2 or 3 when I trailed it out on this day. But I'm gonna watch it. I think honestly it's probably headed back down to $100 or so, because it took out this support already. So this was the last hope for the buyers, right? And it took it out. So where's the next support area? Like $100 maybe. So we'll see, but we need to get wide range bars. We need to get some kind of acceleration. As long as it's small bars like this, it means it hasn't bottomed. What we need to see is the same as what we got a couple years ago. See how it started to cascade almost, to, you know, so it initially was down and up, down, up, down, up, and then here became like a waterfall almost with the volume going up. So stock is dropping and volume going up. So that's what we kind of want to see on Tesla. So I don't think it's ready yet, but keep an eye. You know, Tesla is a special company, so I do like to trade it more than other ones if it sets up again. All right, that will do it for today's video. I know I talked a lot, but I hope you found some benefit. If you have, please be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section or send us an email, info@t3live.com. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.